Hey everyone, welcome. Hey, so we have a lot of people in here. I am going to mute, um, but we'll allow you to raise your hand and we'll go through, get questions answered. So there have been a ton of changes with CloseBot recently. The ability to connect unlimited accounts to single bots being the main one recently. Less recently, how we do our snapshot list setup. So I wanted to make this more of just a Q&A. And then I'm going to clean out our YouTube of all of our live builds that we've done before, just because we have a lot of people getting confused now. They go in and they see me downloading a snapshot and they come to support, and then our support's confused because they're not trained up on our snapshot. So I'm just going to go and clean house, delete a whole bunch of videos. Just so you guys all know, I do keep the articles up to date. So if you are looking for up-to-date information, go into our docs. We have 49 help docs in there. Those are always up to date. Okay. And Trevor, I'm happy you're here. Sweet. Trevor came in, rightfully so, extremely confused because he was following YouTube videos that reference a snapshot that don't exist. So you're not alone, man. Okay. I'm going to open it up for questions. If you guys don't want to be on video, feel free to put questions you have in the chat. I will take breaks from speaking with people face to face to answer questions in the chat as well. So if you have any questions, go ahead and raise your hand. If you were expecting a live build and this isn't for you, totally cool to hop off. No problem. I understand you guys have work to do. If you just want to hop on and meet me, introduce yourself, I'm cool with that too. Let's just make this about you guys. Okay, go ahead and raise your hand and I will unmute you if you have any questions. Cool. A lot of people hopping off, which is totally fine. Jeff, good to see you, buddy. And again, everyone is muted. You can raise your hand. Jeff. There you are. Okay.
What's up,
You can
dude?
unmute yourself now, Jeff. I see Trevor, a
Awesome.
couple other hands raised. I'll get to you guys too. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, I got Trevor in here
Hold
yesterday.
on. I can't hear you, but it's my fault. Need to select a different speaker. Okay, there we go.
Awesome. Curious, I saw you release the well, I guess we're waiting on high level to approve
Yeah,
the public app. What's the use case for that? Is it like just quick start, trying to get people
great
uh
question.
going quicker?
Let me show you exactly what it's going to look like.
Cool.
And then I will give you an idea of our plans for it as well. Okay, this screen. So we are launching our public app. It is launched. It's just we're waiting on high level to approve it. And what that'll do is, let's see, when you download our app from the marketplace, it is going to come up with an iframed window for you to sign into your CloseBot account. Except it's going to have, let me see if I can replicate this. Yeah, here we go. So it's going to have email, password, and an option to quick connect to a bot. Now that we support unlimited accounts connected to a single bot, you will be able to sign in, put in a bot number, click connect, and then you'll be connected. You'll never have to actually open CloseBot to get an account connected. So that's mainly for agencies that have people in the same niche that they're trying to just quickly spool up. We will make this even more streamlined in the future by having special agency app stuff where it automatically adds people to a default bot in your agency. But yeah, here, let me, while I'm here. Yeah, does that answer your question? I was going to do custom actions as well for us to make it easy for you to select a bot from the drop down, but I don't like that they make that a paid action. So that get executed so many times and be so expensive for people. So we're just going to keep using the simple webhook setup. I need to update something real quick. You guys get a behind the scenes look at the front end editor we use. Okay. Let's see. Trevor, I'm going to show you some love, man. One sec. There we go.
All right, well, I'm here. First time. Came in with my coach, Jeff. And he said, "You
Sweet.
got to get this, man. You got to get this." So I jumped right in at the white label 1 year. He was like, "Trust me, it's going to save you time." And he gave me sort of this 20-minute whirlwind. And I was like, "Damn, this thing is much faster." So the setup time was, lightning fast. So I loved it.
I love it.
I ran into one or two bugs. The first bug that I ran into, because I'm still very new to the system, is I added a sub account. I added myself as a sub account, and I think it's supposed to add like a custom folder with some fields in it, but it didn't. It didn't add it. So I re-added a couple of sub accounts, but it doesn't seem like it's adding the folder. Could be, high level issue. You never know with stuff
Happens
like that.
when you connect your bot to a high level account. Did you do that part?
Yeah.
Let me, you mind if I go into your account? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Go right on in.
What is your email?
Management@blackceo.com. Yeah, management@blackceo.com. Yep, there we go. Yep, there we go. Mhm.
Okay, so this one didn't create the
Yeah,
stuff.
I deleted the other ones, but yeah, I set up a bunch of them yesterday, so I thought I did something wrong, but it didn't add the folder.
It's definitely supposed to add the fields. It doesn't add a folder anymore. It'll add the fields.
Oh, okay, got it. I was
It'll
looking
be
for the folder.
under, I think all of them now are under additional fields. So maybe
Okay,
open your, let's check it out. Can you share your screen?
yep, sure will.
And I love having new people that even if it ends up that it is doing something as designed,
Yeah, no worries. You
if
want
you
to
guys had an
enable
issue
screen?
with it, I could
Yeah,
that allows me to like, oh, it is
yep,
confusing. Let
no
me
worries. You can enable screen sharing.
yes. One second. Where did my controls go? Where are the Zoom controls? Oh, there it is. Okay, stop share. There we go. Go for it.
Okay, there we go. Continue to allow. And
I'm going to take a
desktop
look at the
share
chat.
screen. Done. There we go. And I'll just go right to my right label. So I'm in the custom fields area. Let me just switch to the right account. Mhm. Okay. And what field should I be looking
Search
for?
goal.
Goals accomplished. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Another
Okay.
one would be, so you were looking for probably like a closebot folder, right?
Yeah, yeah, because it was somewhere in the instructions it was saying, "Hey, look for a folder," but I
Yeah.
got it. Look for the
Guys,
field.
guys on this call, guys and girls, would it be helpful to have a folder for closebot added? Right now it's adding them to the additional info. And then you guys could you can create a folder if you want to, but that's where it is. Let me know in the chat if it'd be helpful to have it auto add a folder and add those to the folder.
I'm a definite yes on the folder. You can be if you don't know which fields you're looking for. Yeah, definitely.
Resounding yes. Let me put that on my board. Okay.
And then this second little problem that I ran across, since you see in my screen here, is when you go to white label here. You know, I'll just put anything here, but when you put in the domain, a second, I'll just put in a quick domain for you real quick. Let's see. You see, if you really can't, it's saying invalid domain.
Put an
Yeah.
S. HTTPS.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, still same thing.
Then try deleting the HTTPS part. And do www or something, or app, because it has to be a, yeah,
Okay.
there we
There you
go.
go. Okay, gotcha. Or okay, gotcha. Now I understand. So something like that. Okay, understood. And
But
then from there,
I can easily change that to make it accept.
yeah, I think it's simple enough. And then afterwards, you would just hit save, or is it auto save?
Yeah, after you put in all the necessary information, you'll be able to save it.
Okay, so I'll come back and do this. But those are the only two things that I ran across. This is a yep. I see it. Okay, got it. Now I understand, and I'm good to go on my first set of questions. I don't want to hog up the space.
Great feedback. Yeah, let me put that on our map. Okay, let's go to the top.
Hey Bryce, how are you?
Hey, anyone just joining? One sec. Anyone just now joining? I usually do a live build at this time, but we've had so many changes that I just wanted to do a Q&A. So if you're here for a live build, you don't want a Q&A, you don't have any questions, that's fine. You can hop off. But yeah, I'm here for you. I want to get your questions answered. Okay, it's off. Go for it.
Yeah, I just hopped in to see what's going on. I've been missing in action. You might, I know you might not have noticed,
Yeah,
but like last 2 months
you've been gone.
yeah, I wasn't in the group or attending any Zoom calls. Lot has changed and I love it. So I just wanted to catch up. But since we are doing Q&A, I just have one quick question. Do we not need the bot override message anymore and we can just send a message directly?
Oh, you've really been away. Yeah, no need for bot override messages anymore. Now
Okay.
there is a caveat to this. If you have clients using HIPAA accounts, our bot cannot be always aware because of how Go High Level handles HIPAA compliance. You still would need bot override messages in that case. For most of you guys that are new to this, you don't know what a bot override message is. That's fine. Don't worry about it unless you get a HIPAA client. Then you can come in and ask about that. But the reason why that is, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to get out of your account, go back to my account. So we have this feature where the bot can be always aware. And
Okay.
that's on by default now. What that does is when we get a message, that triggers your bot to turn on. But instead of us looking at our saved history that we have of the conversation, we go straight to the source, straight to high level to look at the conversation history. So it knows about everything already. You don't have to use an override message to let it know any context. If it's showing up in high level, your bot sees it too.
Okay, so like even like if I'm sending a database reactivation first trigger message, I can just select all 1,000 contacts and send the first message. And once the reply comes in, the AI will know and it will get triggered. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I also heard somewhere when you were mentioning in the group or on a YouTube, Like even if the bot is off and all the conversations it has had with the like I have done manually with a prospect, and when it gets turned on, like after a few days, it will still be able to see the conversation history and reply and continue the conversation where it was left off, kind of, right?
Right. Right. Now, when that happens, it's only going to look at the more recent history. So, meaning the past like 8 or so messages, even if
Okay.
they happened a year ago, still the past 8 or so messages it'll look at. And it'll try to update fields for you with those messages and pick up where you left off with those messages. But yes, that is correct.
Okay, perfect. One last question. What is the capacity? Like, I know, I think I'm in the unlimited bots account. So, what is the capacity for the knowledge storage to have? Like, I think it's 3 GB or 5 GB. Uh,
3.
is it for all the accounts, or is it just for
Yes.
one? It's all account combined.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. Any possibility we can buy more storage, or it will be extended in the future? Because the reason I'm asking this is I'm speaking with a client. Most likely they're signed up. It's an institute, and they want to build a bot to help their students asking any questions about the projects or the study that they are doing, the subjects they are studying. So that's a great use case. And so we have to upload a bunch of documents and PDFs and all that stuff in the knowledge base. So for that,
Yeah, just message our support. That's really just an arbitrary number.
yeah.
Just because I didn't want people to go absolutely bonkers with it. Because I don't, yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what it'll do to our site. But if I know not everyone's doing that, you know,
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
that runs into issues with this, yeah, just send us a message in support and say that you want a way to increase this, and they'll escalate you, and I'll just go in the back end and give you more superpowers. No need to pay extra for that.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bryce. That's all from my
Yeah.
side.
You brought up some really good points that I want to make sure everyone knows too. I have a video out there showing how this whole unlimited account thing works. From an integration standpoint, it's easy. You can come in here, add a new Go High Level connection, or if you've connected to an account previously, you can select it from the dropdown. And this bot can now handle traffic from any of these accounts. When it comes to field updates, let's say I want this to update my reason for wanting to join a gym field. This, if multiple bots are connected, is going to operate off of the field key being the same. So you would want to go into your sub accounts. More than likely, if you're doing this, you have a snapshot that you're loading into all these accounts with the same niche. But you are going to want to make sure that the field keys have the same name. So this has to match. If you went into a sub account and deleted a field and then added it back with the same name, it probably adds in as like contact.industry2 or _2 or something. You have to make sure these match or it won't update the fields. The second thing, calendars are a special type of objective. If I select calendar from the dropdown, I should get a field. There we go. So I'll get this drop down where I can select a calendar to connect to. I don't have any calendars in this account, but if I did, I'd be able to select them. And the calendars have to have the same name. If the calendars in multiple accounts have the same name, same sort of thing. When the conversation comes in from this other account that I just added, if it has a calendar with the same name, it's going to conversationally book on that account's calendar without any problems. Or you can follow our article to do dynamic calendars based on calendar ID. That still works too. Okay. Let me see. We have some more questions. Daniel.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Couple of things. Great software. I'm wrapping my head around it, having fun. Is there a way to get someone, when they go to the website, to have a button that starts the chat widget live instead of clicking on the bottom right? So let's say you'd have a button for a form, but it opens the chat widget instead, because I want to get rid of forms. I don't need them anymore. Click, start, communicate. And I'm focusing on mobile traffic. So if it's not possible on mobile traffic, the button is there and all that, but because I want to remove it from some pages, I want to have it on, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me check something out.
Okay.
Do you do any dev work or do you hire devs? Who manages your site?
I don't do dev. It's past my above my pay grade.
So right now we don't have our own chat widget.
Okay.
We operate through high levels. So that's more of a high level and dev question, how their widget works. Now, come December, beginning of next year, when we do have our big V2 update, we will have our own standalone widget. But this is like, you own the website. So this is all JavaScript stuff. And I'm going to do some inspecting right now to see what would be possible. What kind of actions get fired when we do certain things. So let me see. So your idea would be to have a form, and when they click a button, it opens up this chat area.
Yes.
Right.
So instead of having that bottom right button to start it, it would be right in the middle of the page. Start your conversation, take the quiz, order now, and it just starts the process. Because right now people's or feeling about a button on the back bottom right is some sort of form, or it doesn't interact fully.
Yeah.
But I can put that copy on the page to get it started if it's only going to be in 6 months from now where it's going to be there, right?
So it looks like this is going to be static, this class.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone watching, this is being recorded, but how I would do it. This class is static, meaning you can edit your CSS and point at this class name and say, anything with this class, I want it to have this CSS. And then we can position it from here. Gosh, my CSS is rusty. Here. It'll be good for you guys to see someone doing this live too. Actually, I'm going to use AI for this. Let's go to, you guys would normally go to ChatGPT. I use OpenAI.
And I'm going to get slammed for a warranty claim against parts that are like 5 years old.
Let's take some of this stuff back over and see what it does.
PM tooling, how much money you spending there? Oh, you got $2-3 million a year. Well, you can come. It's like, no, I never spend $1 million in PM tooling and running 3, 5, 10, 20,000 at a time. Yeah. Purchase order, return new condition. Well, you know, what's not doing that, you need to have a contract.
So I know we can get it center. The hardest part is going to be seeing what action they have on the JavaScript side to open that. Let's go into their dev stuff. I thought I saw something about that.
You guys are putting out like leading edge on wings. That's not really a thing that like you send back to read necessarily. Like, or you know, like what can go wrong on it? Oh, it's
Yeah, okay. So this is what opens the widget. Let's try that. Let's close it.
Ah,
Okay, so again, this will be recorded. I showed you a little bit about how you can modify the CSS and what class to point at to modify the CSS. That's gonna put where it is on the page. And now we know JavaScript, how to open and close it. So you would just add that JavaScript to your button so that when they click it, if it's open, or if it's closed, use the open one. If it's open, you can click to close, same thing, but you would just tie that JavaScript to your button. So now it's center page, and now your button has the JavaScript to open that. And then you could even use CSS to hide this button. Let me show you how we would do that. Let's inspect it to see what CSS it is. Okay, widget, open, icon. And we just do display, none. Oh, let's go a step up. That was just the, okay. It's LC text widget dash dash bubble. And we can do display, none there. Yeah, that'll be really cool. If you get that figured out, I know a ton of people who would pay you to do that on their pages because that's been highly requested.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah, I may even play with that and just do a training doc on that. Because that's cool. I think a lot of people want that.
It's going towards that, you know, chat only. So in my mind, I'm thinking a lot of the copy is just going to be, you know, open the chat bot, open the, not the chat bot, open the conversation, open your assistant.
Yeah.
That's how I want to really make it. And it's wherever I can put that button, start the conversation, or even a QR code, start the conversation right away, and not have, because right now this is considered a kind of a nice to have instead of being the must thing that happens on a site.
Yeah, I like that. Again, this will be recorded for you, those of you just joining. This is more just a Q&A session. Any question, it is valid. If you want to ask me personal questions, I don't care. Daniel here had a great idea for how to customize this chatbot experience to make it more of a center page with a form button that would open the chat experience instead of like a chat widget. So again, this will be recorded. Daniel, do you have any other questions?
One more. Right now, I have set it up so that an email comes in. Well, I sent out an email out. Chatbot is aware. The person replies to the email. Chatbot understands, sends out the reply, but there's no subject matter on the reply. Any way to do an RE to the last message or something like that?
Unfortunately, Go High Level hasn't made it possible for me to see the subject line
Okay.
of the last email. I could have a way for you to track it to a custom field and send that to us, and we could watch that custom field. Unfortunately, more complex of a setup, but I can do that, and then I can release a document that shows how to put that field in, and we'll watch that field if you want.
Yeah, tiny little thing, because a lot of times in personal communications, people don't even put a subject line, so it's not that critical. But thank you. That's all I got.
On my board. Good idea. Okay. Steve.
Hi. So Daniel, I did something very similar. I ended up hiring somebody off of Upworks. Can I share my screen to show you?
Of course.
This? Okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
I had it on where is it? All right, let me just put it on give me 1 second.
Love seeing your familiar face. Good to see you again.
Same here, my friend. Same here. All right. So, all right. So let me share.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to read through some of these.
Okay. So, Daniel, what I wanted was to allow somebody to click a button, and the widget pops up in the middle. It's maybe kind of similar to what you're talking about, I'm guessing. So, like when I do this, it pops up here, right? And then they can start the chat. And mine is specifically dental appointments, right? So throughout this page, and it's tied into a pop-up, obviously. Throughout this page, I have a couple of buttons. Same thing throughout the page, book appointment here. And so I did that, with a developer off of Upworks. I mean, he could, if you can't figure out how to use that coding that Bryce just shared with you, because I also had that coding, I couldn't figure it out how to use it and program it so that it was exactly what I just did. So I found this guy, and actually had used him for something previous a couple of years ago, and I just asked him, hey, can you do it? And he's like, yeah. So he accomplished that for me. Again, I don't know if this is very close to what you're talking about, because I too did not want it to be just over here, right? A lot of people kind of ignore that, because I know I ignore it, and I didn't want people to do the same thing. So
That's
similar
great.
to what you're talking about?
And I would recommend, we'll release this video that happened where I shared that was like a 10-minute section. Find that section and share it with the VA and say, here's exactly how to do it. And then they won't, because you say these things, and when you're not a developer, you don't know how to describe what you want. And then they bill you more money because they have to figure out what you want. Well, this adequately explains to them where to look, exactly what you want, how to find the Go High Level documentation. That'll save you a bunch of time and money. So share that with them as well.
Yeah, I can put for those that want to, something similar, just go on Upwork. This is the guy. Actually, this is to you, Daniel. Let me put it to everybody. This is the guy profile name on Upwork. I'll see if I can find his actual URL and share it in the chat.
Perfect.
While the next person gets their question answered. All right, let me
I'm just writing down a bunch of questions that I see in the chat box while that's great information that you're giving out. And it's also giving me time to read some of these questions. So awesome.
Figure out this. Where can I find this?
Okay, so I'm going to go through some of these questions. Since we're on the subject of the chat widget, there was a question, can we get the chat widget just on certain pages? Jeff, you asked that, so I'm assuming there's not a UI way to do that. The answer is yes. If there's not a UI way to do that, I'm going to show you the way to do it with adding a code snippet to your site. again, we're going to inspect the page. And come over here, and I'm going to get it so it hovers over the last one that hovers over that element. And look at this one. Okay, so LC underscore text widget bubble. And again, I know I can add display none here. What you're going to want to do is add JavaScript that will add this CSS display none if the URL is a certain thing or is not a certain thing. You can access the URL with JavaScript by what was it? None of us developers ever actually remember things. We have to look it up every single time. 1 second. Okay, there. So you're going to do this window.location.href. And you can have that JavaScript injected onto your site to say, if page is not this, add display none to that class element. That's the class element that we found here, display none. Otherwise, add display display block or flex, anything to get it to show. Hopefully that answers your question. That'll allow it to be hidden on any page that's not the page you want. Knowledge base for each sub account, that will be coming. I don't know if it'll be coming for version 1 or version 2. We knew this was going to be the way that we're building with the unlimited bots per, or unlimited accounts per bot. So for our version 2 product, bots are not going to be the ones that have uploads. It's going to be the connections. And it's going to allow the business owners to have their own login and upload their own documents to their own locations. But for now, no. All accounts connected to that bot share the same knowledge base that the bot is connected to. Long prompts is a question. We have, let me go to screen share again. So someone asked, long prompts, what do I do? There are limits on the prompt field. We have made limits on these fields because this is what we found to be the best for the bot to know this information and still not get distracted and not be able to follow the objectives. So this is done through testing. So we wouldn't encourage these to be that long anyway. And that's why we have the limits on here. If you do find you need longer stuff, that's really what our upload section is for. So in that case, upload an item to the storage area, come into knowledge, click to add it, and you'll save it to add that item to the bot. For now, it's frustrating because there's no way to edit that. So if you want to edit, let me go into the knowledge storage. If you come in here and say you want to edit your CloseBot FAQ, there's no way to do it other than downloading it, editing it, uploading it, deleting the old one, going back to your bot, add it to the bot. We know that's frustrating. Version 2 is not going to be that way. You will be able to edit. We've just been so focused on AI quality that we haven't gotten to it on this one yet. So that's how you handle long prompts. You can also use a kind of cheat if you do want a long prompt and don't think it's going to affect anything. You can easily just use a custom value in your high-level account and then reference the custom value in here. See how I'm referencing a couple of custom fields? You can have a longer custom value and put it in here and it'll get injected. That's a way to artificially give you more space. If you make it ridiculous and put a huge amount of information in the custom value, just know that it'll affect performance on its ability to stay on track on its objectives. And if you make it too big, we can't get that information from high level and it could cause your bot to stop responding. So just keep that in mind. Test as you're making it big to make sure it's not too big. Okay. Last one I have from the chat before I look through again is assistant bot. Is it possible to connect to an OpenAI assistant? No, not possible to connect your bot to an OpenAI assistant. Okay, now let me look. Jeff has been very patient with his hand up. Let me go to you, Jeff.
Oop. Is there a way to bring in inventory? So say like one of the things I'm wanting to do is bring in inventory from like dealerships through like a webhook. I know it's probably not direct through CloseBot, but I'm trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, where do they keep their inventory?
It varies. I was just thinking about pulling it from their website. I think oftentimes they also have it in a Google Drive, I guess, a Google Sheet. But it essentially be pulling from one of those sources.
Yeah, the way you're going to want to do that with our current setup is to put that information in custom fields or custom values and then send it to us as a custom variable. You know, you could maybe have a custom value called inventory, and I don't know, they probably have a lot of it. I think it's custom value. You know, and then you could use Zaps or whatever to update that custom value on a periodic basis, or do it in our workflow to get the bot to respond. This would be a little bit more taxing on your system, but every time a message comes in, you could do a custom webhook to their external source to pull in updated inventory and then send that on to CloseBot as extra variables like this. Let me share our dev docs. Were you able to see the screen? Am I sharing my screen right now?
No.
Let me fix that.
Actually, yeah, like every technical already. And so that's why I'm starting to say, okay, what we're doing is wrong.
We can see it now.
Where was it? So you could send it on as a custom value and it would always pull that in and you would update that custom value maybe once a day or every hour or something. Or in your workflow, every time you get a message. So currently our setup is we have the one trigger and one action to get CloseBot working. You would have the one trigger, you would have your custom webhook to go grab inventory every time a new message comes in, and then send us that inventory on a custom value like this. And let me get our...
I'm wondering what app could crawl that inside of Zapier or Pabbly or something easy, or it's through API somehow. That's what I'm trying to find.
I have tons of experience scraping. And do you work with code stuff at all?
I don't. I got two developers that do. We had a meeting with Carbon last week. So that Carbon and Use Summit.
Can you share the website with me? This will be good for everyone to see too.
Those two.
The website that has the inventory. Do you know?
Oh, yeah, we just use my mentors.
Is it all on one page?
No, awesome Chevy.
I, being the developer, I am. Like if I were going to solve that problem, I would just make my own endpoint. It's really actually pretty easy to make your own API, especially now with the AI tools out there to help you make an endpoint that scrapes that information and returns in the format you want. It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blossom Chevrolet.
Not that one. Blossom Chevrolet. Okay. Now, where is inventory? All inventory?
Yeah. And a lot of these like car dealerships use the same platform. I can't remember what he's using.
Let's check something out.
Here's where Troy and D3 partners. Troy's getting paid by the province of Alberta, right, Calgary, and to bring it to business. And their incentive to bring your business. Calgary, Alberta. Calgary, Alberta is where one of those one other big customers are. It's like, okay, we got this place, pricing and team in Vancouver. Can we get a bigger place in Vancouver? And by the way, you know, the guy deals with the BT. Gonna get myself one bigger place in Vancouver.
Just seeing if their API is protected. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we can do a straight request to the API, but you could scrape it. Yeah, you'd have to conversationally probably get what they want out of these options. And then depending on what they want, once that's filled in, have a webhook to come to the corresponding page every time a message comes in and scrape. Or the easier option would be to like once a day update your inventory in a custom value or somewhere else and send it to us. Does that make sense?
Like scraping it with
You'd probably have to make your own scraper. And to do that, you could inspect the page. And I would just pick one of these elements. Copy element. And then we can come over here. Okay, that's not ridiculous. But I might say, I want you to write Python code to find all elements like this on the page and get the vehicle information. You would specify the exact information you want and the exact format you want it in. Like, okay, maybe we want retail price, internet price, name, for example. So return as a list of the following. Let's do these right now. And then by my token limit, what it gives you, it's going to use a module called Beautiful Soup. You need to I use AWS, and you'd make an endpoint with this code hosted. And when a request comes in, it's going to run this code and return the response that's going to be the list. And you can use that in high level. I did a training with our preferred partners on this. Maybe I'll do a training for everyone, or maybe I'll just host, because I love this stuff. How about next week, maybe I host a special session where I just show you how to get an API live to scrape site information.
That'd be awesome.
Even I can dumb it down, like really, with even for non-techie people with AI writing the code. Like I can show you guys how to make your own API endpoint that will be free. It's so cheap, it's free. Yeah, I'll do that.
I think a lot of people get a lot from that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll host one of those. Watch for that in the group.
Awesome.
Let's see. Other questions?
Frankly, it's like if, you know, like
Steve.
So mine's is real quick. Daniel, I don't know if you got the link that I put in the chat. I didn't see you responded, but I wanted to make sure. And then I'm going to show you, because this guy there's more than one Muhammad Assad. So this is the one you're looking for. That link should take you to him, but you have to create an account on Upwork in order to access this link. So once you do that, then you can, copy and paste that link in. But this is the Muhammad Assad, Gujarat, Pakistan. That's where he's from. If you decide that you want to use him, right? And that's really all it. The only other thing is that to answer to your question, Trevor, I asked that same question about can we give access to other employees for our closed-bot account? I don't know if things have changed, but I was told that you can use the same access that you have, no matter how many different locations at the same time. Is that right, Bryce? Is that still the case?
Yeah.
You have multiple people logging into the account at the same time from multiple different locations. Okay.
Yeah. And again, V2, so V1, I keep saying that. Those of you who are newer, you probably don't know we are totally rebuilding the CloseBot platform right now for a huge release that'll be ready in December, probably ready for everyone in like January, February. That's where we're going to solve a lot of these really annoying issues that aren't hard issues to solve, like having multiple people have like multiple different account holders be able to log in on their own account. You can set their permissions to do stuff in your account. I know it's annoying right now having to share your password, not even being able to change your email for your login. These are really annoying things, but they're the easy things to solve. And we're focused on our V1 product right now on solving the hard things so that we know how to build it for our V2 product. Things like this that we know how to do that are just annoying, we're not solving them for V1. Steve, thank you for that. Trevor, go for it.
Yep, just a quick question. I'm working with I'm prospecting with a couple of churches, and I'm building basically for what I call for them a tithing bot, where they are putting together a spreadsheet of all of their members with a membership number, and it's really showing on their membership sort of are they a tither or not, what's their tithing record and all that kind of good stuff. And the bot is designed to they want it to be designed to reach out to the members and those who are not tithing members to, get them to tithe and have a conversation with them. The question becomes is, can a spreadsheet be uploaded to a knowledge base?
It
I think
can.
yes
It
question.
might be annoying for that because you would have to upload it on a regular basis. If you're tracking, like you're trying to track who is tithing and who is not.
Probably had to upload it once a month, is what I'm guessing.
Or I think the better way would be to upload like the contacts to high level and then have a custom field.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or tag the contact and then route to different bots. Have you? Because you would route to different bots based on whether they're tithing or non-tithing.
Yep. Gotcha.
Have you seen that document on how to set up different bots in the
No,
same account?
my list. It's on my list of things that I was going to watch a video, but if you put that link, it's on my list. I'm binge watching CloseBot videos and
Love it.
stuff.
I would find the videos from this article section. I try to put a video on every single one of these, and then you're guaranteed to only see videos that are updated. I'm going to put this article in the chat that'll show you how to set up multiple bots in the same account.
Got it. Okay.
And it's very easy. Don't be intimidated. You'll get it, no problem.
Okay, no worries. I'm gonna be creating that today actually, so that works.
I love it. Love it, man.
Work.
Okay, let's see. No other questions. I have a couple minutes still. Ask me anything you want, guys. Anything.
Hey, what about delayed follow-ups? Where the bot is kind of waiting 3 weeks and then maybe a month later reach out to the person again because they still didn't buy, but the bot knows to sort of kind of wait a certain, like, I guess a delayed follow-up bot where it's kind of periodically following up and having a conversation with people that may have been interested in a product but didn't purchase.
So we have a special webhook that you can make, and then anytime you trigger it, the bot will generate a follow-up message based on what you were talking about and what objective it's supposed to be working on. So you might have a workflow that people get added into at certain stages and with certain weights in there. Once triggered, will generate a follow-up for you. This article will show you how to get the bot to follow up with people 24 hours after their last response if they didn't respond to the latest bot message and the objectives are not yet done. That's what this will show you how to do. Yeah, then you'll get a good idea for how to do that. Great question. Here, this link right there. Okay. Sweet.
Another developer question for you.
Yeah.
You know anyone that builds marketplace apps? Did you build yours, or do you have any recommendations?
I built ours. If you can get on Jacob Radcliffe's calendar, he would be the best one just because he's so tied in with the dev team and high level, and he knows what's coming, so he can help you build with the future in mind too. I've hired him for consultations for myself and my V2 dev team several times.
Cool, because yeah, I'm working on Dynet bot mockups into high level, so then you can run CloseBot in the bot mockups, which I don't even think you've seen yet.
Sweet.
So, but that way they can, if they have a bot already made in CloseBot, it'll run. I'll show you a quick preview if you want to see it.
Yeah. And for everyone else too, I remembered something. So with our Go High Level connection, sometimes Go High Level fails to renew the tokens that make all of this work, the whole connection between CloseBot and High Level. They have some sort of tech issue and they no longer connect to that account. We don't know why it happens. We don't control it. If it does happen, now you will see a little exclamation mark on the bot that's having the issue. You should also get a text message and an email of the bot that has the issue. Then when you come in here, you'll see a disconnect symbol to the left of the account. And when you click X, it's going to remove that from your list entirely. And then you would have to click to add new. So that's something that just got released yesterday. Again, that's something that's very rare now. It becomes more and more rare as they fix their issues. But it still does happen. So, okay. Now, Jeff, I will allow you to share.
I just put in a link if you want to see it on your screen.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, the idea is just to help sell chatbots. It's like a version 2 of Sales Prezi. But this one's actually it mimics an actual ad that is running right now that got like 15,000 emails collected.
Pretty.
So you can actually type in there as well. It's just connected to OpenAI. But the idea would be to build integration where it can bring in like link up to CloseBot and actually piggyback off a bot that's already created.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks, man.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. There's the whole idea is just to be able to create a quick mock-up with
Yeah.
this. So it's not even on their account. It just looks like it is.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
it's not released yet. We're shooting to release in the first week of September, but
Okay. Well, that's a big task. I love that. Good job.
thanks, man.
Let me check out this article someone shared. Does this mean we can use CloseBot with multiple GHL accounts? Yes, even on our free plan. Now, if you have now on the free plan, you only get 3 objectives on a bot. So for like really quick and dirty stuff probably works. Otherwise, the basic plan allows you a bot with full access to the settings. And then, yes, you can connect that single bot to unlimited high-level accounts. Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone who made this call. Thank you. Engage in the Facebook group like you all do. More than anything, let's keep it positive. Something I love about the CloseBot group is how positive all you guys are. We're not going to bash other people, other companies. We just do our thing, keep our head down, and be awesome. Let's keep it that way. That's my favorite thing about this. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. See you.